Greetings, fellow Whovians. Welcome to Timey Wimey Review. Let's have some fun and have a brand new Doctor Who quiz. Normally I do these at the end of the month, or I have been since the beginning of the year. I'm a little bit late with this one. Sorry I haven't done many videos in April as well. I've just been very busy with other commitments, unfortunately, because I do love doing these videos for you. But hey ho, never mind, we are here right now. This quiz is about anything and everything related to Doctor Who, the Whoniverse and beyond. So let me know in those comments below what your scores are for this quiz. Please keep the answers out of the comments so everyone has a go on this quiz. And of course, we do not need Google here. This is all for fun. So, let's enjoy this quiz. And also later in this video, I'll be talking about the welcome edition of Varada Sethu as the new companion for season 2 of Doctor Who alongside Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. And yes, series 15, if you want to call it that, that's absolutely fine. Again, let me know in the comments, is it season 1 or series 14? Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the quiz, with the first round being Doctor Who knowledge. Straight 10 questions, all about Doctor Who or related to Doctor Who, all worth 1 point each. Very best of luck. Here is your first question. Name the song that was #1 in the official UK music charts when Doctor Who was first broadcast on the 23rd of November 1963. Now I'm going to be a little bit nicer here. I'll give you a multiple choice answers. Was it A, She Loves You by the Beatles, B, You'll Never Walk Alone by Jerry and the Pacemakers, or C, Baby Love by the Supremes? If you're a big fan of 60s Who and of course 60s music, you might know this answer. Is it A, B or C? Question 2. What was the rank of Lethbridge Stewart in the parallel world that the third Doctor travelled to in the story Inferno? So he wasn't Brigadier in that parallel world. He had a different rank, an insignia. What was that rank? Question 3. What was the profession of Lethbridge Stewart when he encountered the 5th Doctor in the story Mordrin Undead? So what was the profession of Lethbridge Stewart when he encountered the 5th Doctor in the story Mordrin Undead? Question 4. In the episode Bad Wolf, the 9th Doctor entered the Big Brother house. Rose Tyler took on the android in The Weakest Link. But who did Captain Jack Harkness encounter in the same episode with their version of What Not to Wear? So I'm only after the first names for this one for the full 1 point. If you know the full names, then well done for you. But I'm just happy for the first names for this answer. Okay, question 5. What happened to Leela's eyes towards the end of the 4th Doctor story, The Horror of Fan Rock? What happened to Leela's eyes towards the end of the 4th Doctor story, The Horror of Fan Rock? Now, if you picked up your Blu-ray of season 15 of Classic Who, you might know this answer. Question 6. Name the actor who will be making a guest appearance in the new series of Doctor Who in May this year, and was also King George III in the hit Broadway musical Hamilton. Name the actor who will be making a guest appearance in the new series of Doctor Who in May, and who was also King George III in the hit Broadway musical Hamilton. Name that actor. Question 7. In which American city did the Doctor land in an emergency in the 1996 Doctor Who TV movie? Name that American city. Question 8. Name the Time Lord character played by the late great Michael Jaston, who sadly passed away quite recently, in the 6th Doctor Trial of the Time Lord season, where he was revealed to be a more darker incarnation of the Doctor. Question 8. Name that Time Lord character played by the late great Michael Jaston in the 6th Doctor Trial of the Time Lord season, where he was revealed to be a more darker incarnation of the Doctor. Question 9. The 5th Doctor wore a stick of celery as a lapel. What colour would it turn into if the Doctor came into contact with dangerous gases? The 5th Doctor wore a stick of celery as a lapel, but what colour would it turn into if the Doctor came into contact with dangerous gases? And finally, question 10. Name the song that was number 1 in the official UK music charts when Series 1 of Modern Doctor Who was first broadcast on BBC One on the 26th of March 2005. Was it A, So Sick by Neo, B, Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls featuring Busta Rhymes, or C, Is This the Way to Amarillo by Tony Christie featuring comedian Peter Kay? To give you a bit more time to go through those answers, obviously you can pause the video if you want a tiny bit more time, but whilst you're doing that, I just want to say a massive hello for anyone who is new to this channel. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're all okay, safe and well. But this video, this channel, if you don't know already, is about Doctor Who, anything and everything about this wonderful sci-fi show. So if you haven't already, do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who related content right here on this channel. There's lots of reviews, lots of editorials, lots of news breakdowns that I like to do as well, which I'll also go into a little bit later on in this video. But I just wanted to quickly say sorry that I haven't done many videos for April. I'm absolutely gutted because I do love doing this, but I've just not had the time. I've had other commitments to go through, which I can't really talk about here in this video, but I will do later on in May. And obviously coming up in May, we've got brand new Doctor Who to talk about. Series 14, Season 1, Ncuti Gatwa, Millie Gibson are back, and I cannot wait. I will be reviewing as many as I can, as quickly as I can in May, so we've got that to look forward to. And I'll also try and do my 40th anniversary tribute to the Sixth Doctor classic story, The Twin Dilemma. Lots of fun things going on there. Also do check out my Doctor Who Timey Wimey Review Facebook page, and of course I am on X and TikTok for even more fun Doctor Who content. So thanks for listening to that. Let's go through the answers for the Doctor Who knowledge. So question 1 was, name the song that was number 1 in the official UK music charts when Doctor Who was first broadcast on BBC One, 23rd November 1963. Was it A, She Loves You by the Beatles, B, You'll Never Walk Alone by Jerry and the Pacemakers, or C, Baby Love by the Supremes? A, B, or C? It was actually B, You'll Never Walk Alone by Jerry and the Pacemakers. She Loves You by the Beatles, which the Doctor and Ruby Sunday will be seeing very shortly, coming this month in May. That was number 1 on the 30th of November 1963, so 1 week later. C, Baby Love by the Supremes, that was number 1 1 year later on the 23rd of November 1964, but it was B, You'll Never Walk Alone, Jerry and the Pacemakers. That was the number 1 song when Doctor Who was first broadcast back on the 23rd of November 1963. Question 2, what was the rank of Lethbridge Stewart in the parallel world the third Doctor travelled to in the story Inferno? He was Brigade Leader, not Brigadier in the Doctor's normalish world. In the parallel world, it was Brigade Leader Lethbridge Stewart. Great classic story. If you haven't seen that already, do check that out. And question 3, what was the profession of Lethbridge Stewart when he encountered the 5th Doctor in the story Mordrin Undead? He was a maths teacher. Originally, fun fact, that was going to be William Russell making a return as Ian Chesterton, hence the teacher role, but unfortunately he was not available, so we brought back Nicholas Courtney, the late great Nicholas Courtney, of course, to be Lethbridge Stewart, the maths teacher. So I've reviewed Mordrin Undead and the Black Guardian trilogy, so you can check that out on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel at your own leisure. Let's move on then for question 4. In the episode Bad Wolf, the 9th Doctor entered the Big Brother house. Rose Tyler took on the android in The Weakest Link. But who did Captain Jack Harkness encounter in the same episode with their version of What Not to Wear? It was Trini and Susanna, or the droid versions of them, Trin E and Zuzanna. Love that episode, Bad Wolf. Again, check that out on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel. I did a full-on audio commentary for that particular episode. So do check that out and let me know if you want me to do any more audio commentaries in the future. Okay, question 5. What happened to Leela's eyes towards the end of the 4th Doctor's story, The Horror of Fan Rock? Nice and easy, that one. Her eyes changed colour. It was explained in the story as a pigment dispersal caused by looking directly at a bright explosion. So her eyes was blue. She basically wore contacts for originally for her character as Leela, Louise Jameson, that is. But I think the contact was just getting too uncomfortable, so they wrote that in so Louise could have her natural colours of brown. I think I've got it the right way order. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but basically the answer was they changed colour. Question 6. Name the actor who will be making a guest appearance in the new series of Doctor Who in May and was also King George III in the hit Broadway musical Hamilton. It is, of course, Jonathan Goff. Cannot wait to see him in the new episode of Doctor Who later this year. I've talked about that quite a lot on this channel. I think it's going to be a spicy one when the Doctor and Ruby meet Bridgerton, basically. But yeah, Jonathan Goff, great actor. He was fantastic as King George III in the musical Hamilton. Check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, very much looking forward to seeing him in the new episode of Doctor Who later this month. Moving on then to question 7. In what American city did the Doctor land in an emergency in the 1996 Doctor Who TV movie? It was, of course, San Francisco. Well done if you got that right. San Francisco. Question 8. Name the Time Lord character played by the late, great Michael Jayston, who sadly passed away quite recently. Rest in peace. A very wonderful man that I managed to meet. Michael Jayston, he in the Sixth Doctor Trial of the Time Lord season, where he was revealed to be a more darker incarnation of the Doctor. That character, of course, is the Valeyard. That'll be another audio adventure that I want to review, Trial of the Valeyard. Let me know in the comments if you have listened to that audio adventure already, without giving too much away for this answer. Question 9. The Fifth Doctor wore a stick of celery as a lapel, but what colour would it turn into if the Doctor came into contact with dangerous gases? It is, of course, purple. Well done if you knew that. That was a question that was given to David Tennant when he recently appeared in the game show. I forgot what the game show is called now. Smart TV just popped out at the back of my mind there. Smart TV with Rob Beckett and Alison Hammond. So yeah, sorry to sort of cheekily take that question, but I enjoyed that question. Very well done if you got that at home. And finally, question 10. Name the song that was number 1 in the official UK music charts when Series 1 of Modern Doctor Who was first broadcast on Saturday night, BBC One, on the 26th of March 2005. Was it A, So Sick by Neo, B, Don't You by the Pussycat Dolls featuring Busta Rhymes, or was it C, Is This the Way to Amarillo with Tony Christie featuring Peter Gay? It was C, Is This the Way to Amarillo. So obviously the charity version of that featuring Peter Kay and of course Tony Christie. That was the number 1 song. So Sick by Neo, that was number 1 on the 26th of March 2006, so 1 year earlier. Don't You by the Pussycat Dolls, that was number 1 on the 26th of September of 2005, so the same year as Doctor Who was broadcast. But it was Is This the Way to Amarillo? That was the number 1 song when Doctor Who returned back to our TV screens for Series 1. 9th Doctor, of course, Christopher Eccleston, and Billie Piper as Rose Tyler. Total up the scores and let's add them to the next round, which is round 2, a new round that I haven't done for this quiz before, which is the Doctor Who companion file. So this will be 5 questions surrounding a certain companion from the history of Doctor Who. And with this being April's quiz, even though it's going to be out in May, this is in tribute to the late, great Elizabeth Sladen, who was, of course, Sarah Jane Smith, who sadly passed away in the month of April 2011. So every month I try and do a tribute to Elizabeth Sladen, easily the companion from the show's 60 years of Doctor Who, and this is my tribute to her this year with a companion file. So going to be 5 questions all about Sarah Jane Smith, all worth 1 point each. Very best of luck. Here is your first question. Name the Doctor Who story where Sarah Jane Smith encountered the 3rd Doctor for the very first time. Name that classic Doctor Who story where Sarah Jane Smith encountered the third Doctor for the very first time. Question 2. Where did the fourth Doctor aim to take Sarah Jane Smith to, but failed, when they departed in the story The Hand of Fear? Where did the fourth Doctor aim to take Sarah Jane Smith to, but failed, when they departed in the story The Hand of Fear? Question 3. What was the name of the Doctor Who spin-off originally broadcast on BBC One on the 28th of December 1981, where Sarah Jane Smith meets K9 for the very first time? Name that spin-off. Question 4. What is the address of the house Sarah Jane Smith lives in the Sarah Jane Adventures? I want the full address on that one. And finally, question 5. Name the children that helped out Sarah Jane Smith with her alien investigations in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Now, I did say earlier it was all worth 1 point each, but this one is going to be worth 2 points. I'll give you 1 point if you can name one of the 5 children that helped out Sarah Jane Smith, but I'll give you a full 2 points if you can name all 5 of the children that helped out Sarah Jane Smith in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Okay, so let's reveal the answers for the second round, the Doctor Who companion file, all about Sarah Jane Smith. So question 1, name the Doctor Who story where Sarah Jane Smith encountered the third Doctor for the very first time. It was, of course, The Time Warrior. Classic third Doctor story, The Time Warrior. Question 2, where did the fourth Doctor aim to take Sarah Jane Smith to, but failed when they departed in the story The Hand of Fear? He was going to take her to South Croydon. Absolutely failed miserably on that one. I can't remember where they ended up in. I think it was in School Reunion where they mentioned that. But South Croydon was the aimed destination, but didn't quite happen. Question 3. What was the name of the Doctor Who spin-off originally broadcast on BBC One on the 28th of December 1981, where Sarah Jane Smith met K9 for the very first time? It was, of course, K9 and Company. As a classic episode that I have reviewed on this channel. Do check that out. The answer was, of course, K9 and Company for that. Sadly, not meant to be full series spin-off. But hey-ho, we only had to wait a few more years, a few more decades, I should say, because we are our very own Doctor Who Sarah Jane Adventures spin-off. So moving on for number 4, what was the name of the address of the house Sarah Jane Smith lives in the Sarah Jane Adventures? It was, of course, 13 Bannerman Road. Well done if you remembered that address. Obviously, one of the kids that are leading to on this one always said that 13 Bannerman Road is the house where Sarah Jane Smith lives. And that leads to question 5. Name the children that helped out Sarah Jane Smith with her alien start again. Name the children that helped out Sarah Jane Smith with her alien investigations in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Now, I was asking for 1 point for just name one of the children, but if you can name all 5, you get yourself 2 points. And the answers were Luke Smith, Clyde Langer, Maria Jackson, Rani Chandra, and Sky Smith. So Luke, Clyde, Maria, Rani, and Sky. So if you got any of those, that's 1 point. If you got all of them, 2 points. Fantastic. I hope you did very well in that round. Well done if you got all those questions right. Let's take a little bit of a breather from this quiz, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, talk about an update surrounding Millie Gibson, new companions for season 2 of Doctor Who, due to be aired in 2025. So if you haven't seen already on this channel, earlier this year I've been reporting about the rumours going around that Millie Gibson has been dropped and replaced as the companion for Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor. Well, that's not quite the case, which I kind of thought about, and I'm glad it's kind of resolved in a sense. So just as an update, we do have a new companion joining us for season 2 at the very least. Could be earlier, you never know. And that will be Varada Sethu, who will be joining us I don't think we've got the character name yet. No, we haven't got a companion name for her yet. She will be joining the TARDIS crew. And I will say crew because Millie Gibson will also be staying. So it's not a straight swap replacement. Millie Gibson will definitely be as part of season 2 of Doctor Who for 2025 as Ruby Sunday. This is news that was dropped a couple of weeks ago, but I just wanted to touch on this here just as a follow-up to what I've been mentioning on this video back in January. So I was given some publicity photos with Shooty, Millie and Varada all together. Great big smiles, actually. There's a lot of warmth and joy coming from those photos. I'm really glad of that. And I'm glad that this is kind of resolved because I thought it was getting a bit messy, really. So I'm glad we got the announcement that Varada is joining us for season 2 of Doctor Who. So I want to welcome her, of course, to the Doctor Who family. I think she's going to be fantastic. I've seen little clips of her in various shows, Andor, the Star Wars TV show, being one of them. And I know she was in one of the Jurassic World movies as well, from what I can vaguely remember as well. So I'm glad she's joining the TARDIS crew as a sort of instead of a duo, we're getting a trio for season 2. It remains to be seen how long Ruby will be staying. Millie Gibson will be staying for season 2 of Doctor Who. But the more important for me is I'm glad it is kind of resolved because, like I said, it was getting a little bit messy there. It's just unfair for both actresses being involved on this one. Obviously, Bad Wolf Studios is probably a different story in their world. They're probably, it's all, everything's fine. Let the tabloids sort of spoil all this rubbish and let them sort of add fuel to the fire. But I know it's difficult, obviously, because they're filming so far ahead that things are going to get leaked probably a bit more easier. But I think with something like that, if they just kind of just came out and said, hey, no, these rumours are not true about Millie Gibson, because obviously we had this rumours about her being a diva and all that nonsense as well. So I wish they kind of quickly shut that down to protect Millie a bit more, because bless her, she's only, 19, 20? She shouldn't have to be dealing with this. I know, obviously, that's kind of sadly part of the game as being, a famous actress, especially in the UK. But, I think they could have looked after her a little bit more in that scenario. By saying, look, she is staying. We're very happy with her, but stay tuned because we've got something big announcement regarding her and the future of the Doctor and Ruby Sunday dynamics. Something like that, just to sort of quell some of the rubbish tabloid news that was going around in January. Okay, back to the quiz, and it's the final round, all worth 2 points each, so you can really top up your totals for this one. And this round is called Doctor Who, the Weakest Link. These questions are all from the episode Bad Wolf, where Rose Tyler and the rest of contestants took on the android in the Bad Wolf version of The Weakest Link. So very best of luck on this one. This will be a mixture of general knowledge and a little bit of Who memory knowledge, if you remember those questions. So, those particular answers as well. Here we go. Question 1. Which letter of the alphabet appears in the word dangle, but not in the word gland? Question 2. The name of which basic foodstuff is an anagram of the word beard? Question 3. The oldest inhabitant of the ISOP galaxy is the face of what? Question 4. In biology, which blood cells contain iron? Is it red or white? Question 5. In fashion, Stella Pockpaint is famous for what? So there's some quick fire weakest link Doctor Who questions there. Hope you've done well on that one. Again, all worth 2 points each. Here we go with those answers. Question 1. Which letter of the alphabet appears in the word dangle but not in the word gland? It is, of course, the letter E. The letter E. Magic, magic E. Question 2. The name of which basic foodstuff is an anagram of the word beard? It is, of course, bread. Question 3. The oldest inhabitant of the Isop galaxy is the face of what? Of course, it is the face of Bo. Doctor Who 1, told you that was coming. Well done if you got that question right. In biology, question 4. In biology, which blood cells contain iron, red or white? 50-50 chance. It is red. And finally, another final Doctor Who question to top it off, so well done if you remembered it. In fashion, Stella Pockpaint is famous for what? Rose Tyler said shoes. She was wrong. The answer was hats. So, total up your final scores. They're up to 26 points on offer in this quiz. Let me know in the comments below how well you did with your scores. And remember, again, try and keep the answers out of the comments so everyone else can have a turn on this quiz. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. That will really help out this channel. Again, let me know in the comments what type of quizzes you would like me to do or rounds you would like me to do for these quizzes in the future. That will really help me out as well. Come say hello and follow me on Facebook and X. Hit the close bell for more notifications, and do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who related content on the Timey Wimey Review TikTok page, and of course right here on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel. There's lots of content on the channel already, lots to come throughout May, hopefully another quiz as well, and of course brand new Doctor Who. Are you excited? I'm excited. Let me know in the comments what is going to be your favourite episode, or the episode that you're looking forward to the most in season 1 or series 14. Again, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until we meet again.